If Word 2010 is your first version of Word, you'll be pleased to know that you can customize the ribbon to meet your needs. If you're moving to Word 2010 from Word 2007, you will be ecstatically delighted to know that customization is back. You can add tabs to this ribbon and commands to expand the ribbon, or you can add groups to the built-in tabs where there's space, for example here, to put the commands that you need at your fingertips when you need them. We're going to begin by customizing the ribbon either by choosing File and Options backstage and click Customize Ribbon, one possibility, or right-click anywhere in the ribbon and choose Customize the Ribbon. And in either event, it opens the Word Options dialog box with the Customize Ribbon category selected. On the right, we see the ribbon as it exists right now. This is your ribbon on the right-hand side. You'll notice that there's a Developer tab that's turned off by default. If I'd like to see that Developer tab, and I'm going to want it later in this chapter, I'm going to turn that on. Now, within any tab, you can expand to see the groups. So I'm going to slide to the right here a bit. We're going to go open up the View menu, and here is our Document Views. Here is our Show group, the Zoom group, and so on. Now, if I open, for example, the Document Views group, you'll notice that all of these items are not enabled. They're grayed out. That's because I can't add things to the groups that already exist. I'm not allowed to. The ribbon as it's created, the tabs and groups that are there, I can turn on or turn off, but I can't add to the existing groups. I can, however, add items to the ribbon if I wish. So I can open the View ribbon and say I'd like to add a new group. And the new group is added past the last group. Here's macros, so it will be added in this space out here to the right. And I can rename this new group, and I'm going to rename this group Reformat and say OK. Notice that I have a group called Reformat and that it is a custom group. And I'm going to say OK so we can see how that looks right now. So here's my new group out to the right on the View tab. Now, I also have the choice to create an entirely new tab that I put here. And part of that is really a question of real estate. If I think I'm only going to add a few commands, I have plenty of room to add some things. But if I wanted to add 10 or 15 commands, I might want to create an entirely new tab. Let's go back to Customize the Ribbon. And let's add some commands to this tab. Now, my imagining of what I'm doing with this tab is quite clear. I know what I'd like to have here. I have documents that I receive from other people that I do some pretty consistent cleanup on. I need to often clear the formatting that they've applied. I want to be able to remove a page background because I have a whole division that used backgrounds all the time and another group that used watermarks. I want to be able to take care of those things pretty quickly without going to all kinds of different places on the ribbon. So I'm going to put those in this one group. So on my View tab in my Reformat group now, I'm going to go find the commands that I want to add. I have a list here of popular commands that are frequently added, things like cut, copy, email, and so on. I also have commands that the Office team did not fit anywhere on the current ribbon. So commands not on the ribbon is a really large list. If you think it's all here, there's lots of stuff. So if you're saying, there's a command I used to use and it's not on the ribbon, great place to find it. I actually want to look in all tabs. I know that I'm looking for clear formatting, which I'm going to find on the Home tab in the Styles group under Change Styles, right there, clear formatting. So I'm going to choose clear formatting, point to my Reformat group, and add it. There's my first command. My second command, which is I want to remove the page background and remove the watermarks, I'm going to go get on the Page Layout tab under Page Background. So there's Watermark, and I want to remove the watermark. And under Page Borders, I want to simply add the entire Page Borders button. There's not a clear Page Borders. It doesn't exist. And there's not a clear Page Background, but I can add the galleries so that those are pretty close for me. They'll be just simply one click further away than I would like them to be. Now I want the Show Hide Paragraph Marks button. Home tab in Paragraph. Here we go, Show All. and I'm going to add that. So those are the 5 commands that I want to have on my reformat group on the View tab. I'm all set, and I'm going to say OK, and there are my 5 items now. So as I get a new document and I want to go through and clear the formatting and go to page borders and remove the border, set it to none, and change my page color to no color and show hide my paragraph marks. Again, very easy because I have put them all in one place, this whole set of tasks that I need to complete. I'm going to right click again and go back to customize the ribbon. Now, if I'm using this group of commands at the same time that I wanted to work, for example, on the insert menu, an option would be to put these items on the quick access toolbar. Another option would be to set up an entirely new tab and to put my reformat items on the new tab. In order to do that, I simply type new tab and I give my new tab a name. So I could call my new tab reformat. When you create a new tab, it gets added to the right of the View menu. If you're going to display the Developer tab, you should actually put it to the right of the Developer tab as well, and I can use these buttons to move it. Don't put it up in this area. If you use a public computer or another computer, you'll get confused about where the tabs are, so it's better to keep the original tab layout all the way up through View and Developer intact and add items to the right, which is what, for example, Adobe did with Acrobat. I can then add a group if I wish, or I can simply add commands and place my group on this new ribbon or place my tabs on this new ribbon. Notice that I can drag and drop from my View tab down to my Reformat tab, and let's say OK. And now my View tab is clean again, but here's my Reformat tab with these options that I can choose from quickly and easily. The Office team spent a lot of time designing Word and creating the ribbon to meet the needs of the majority of users. But only you know exactly how you do the work that's necessary in your organization. Feel invited to customize the Microsoft Word 2010 interface to best support the way that you do your work.